Hello, my name is Sumner Rosnick, and this is the channel on YouTube where I do what I call mini readings, which are usually just the reading of one poem, um, sometimes mine, sometimes other people, depending on what mood I'm in. I'm wearing my favorite shirt today. This is Fish Can Fly. I love that idea. Limited edition Hard Rock Cafe t-shirt that I got in New Orleans that is Bono's artwork. So I've got my artistic die here with us today. Every artist has them. They have artistic dies and grand dies, and I say that because most of mine are Irish. They have aunts and uncles and daughters and whatever. So anyway, what I wanted to read today is a Pablo Neruda poem. I wanted to read, I believe it's, Donald Walsh's translation of Ode to Federico Garcia Lorca. And it's got a lot of names in one verse of it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce them correctly because I don't have that much of a base in Spanish, and my sister often complains that because the first, or rather second language I learned was French, that I tend to give anything that is not English a French accent, she says. She has more of a base in Spanish than I do. But anyway, so if I pronounce them wrong, bear with me. And also, I have a cold. I managed to get through all winter without one, but this spring has been like one cold after another. So I'm probably nasally and, of course, sniffly. Please ignore that. Anyway, this is, and I hope you enjoy this, Pablo Neruda's Ode to Federico Garcia Lorca. If I could weep with fear in a solitary house, if I could take out my eyes and eat them, I would do it for your black-draped orange tree voice and for your poetry that comes forth shouting. Because for you, they paint hospitals bright blue, and schools and sailors' quarters grow, and wounded angels are covered with feathers, and nuptial fish are covered with scales, and hedgehogs go flying to the sky. For you, tailor shops with their black skins fill up with spoons and blood, and swallow red ribbons, and kiss each other to death, and dress in white. When you fly dressed as a peach tree, when you laugh with a laugh of hurricaned wrath, when to sing you shake arteries and teeth, throat and fingers, I could die for how sweet you are. I could die for the red lakes, where in the midst of autumn you live with a fallen steed and a bloody god. I could die for the cemeteries that pass like ash-gray rivers with water and tombs at night among drowned bells, rivers as thick as wards of sick soldiers that suddenly grow toward death in rivers with marble numbers and rotted crowns and funeral oils. I could die to see you at night, watching the sunken crosses go by, standing and weeping because before death's river you weep, forlornly, woundedly, you weep, weeping, your eyes filled with tears, with tears, with tears. If at night, wildly alone, I could gather oblivion and shadow and smoke, above railroads and steamships with a black funnel, biting the ashes, I would do it for the tree in which you grow, for the nests of golden waters that you gather, and for the vine that covers your bones, revealing to you the secret of the night. Cities with the smell of wet onions wait for you to pass, singing raucously, and silent sperm boats pursue you, and green swallows nest in your hair, and also snails and weeks, furled masts and cherry trees definitively walk about when they glimpse your pale 15-eyed head and your mouth of submerged blood. If I could fill town halls with soot and robbing tear-down clocks, it would be to see when to your house comes summer with its broken lips. Come many people with dying clothes, come regions of sad splendor, come dead plows and poppies, come grave diggers and horsemen, come planets and maps with blood, come buzzards covered with ashes, come masked men dragging damsels pierced by great knives, come roots, veins, hospitals, springs, ants, Comes night with the bed where a solitary hussar is dying among the spiders. Comes a rose of hatred and pins. Comes a yellowish vessel. Comes a windy day with a child. Come I with Oliviero, Nora, Vicente, Alexandra, Delia, Maruca, Malva Marina, Maria Luisa, and Lorco, the blonde, Rafael Ugarte, Cotapos, Rafael Alberti, Carlos Bebe, Manolo Altolaguer, Molinari, Rosales, Concha Mendez, and others that slip my mind. Come, let me crown you, you of health and butterflies, youth pure as a black lightning flash, perpetually free, and just between you and me, now, when there is no one left among the rocks, let us speak simply, man to man. What are verses, if not for the dew? What are verses, if not for that night in which a bitter dagger finds us out, for that day, for that dusk, for that broken corner where the beaten heart of man makes ready to die? Above all, at night, there are many stars, all within a river like a ribbon next to the windows of houses filled with the poor. Someone of theirs has died. Perhaps they have lost their jobs in the offices, in the hospitals, in the elevators, in the mines. Human beings suffer stubbornly wounded, and there are protests and weeping everywhere. While the stars flow within an endless river, there is much weeping at the windows. The thresholds are worn away by the weeping. The bedrooms are soaked by the weeping. That comes wave-shaped to bite the carpets. Frederico, you see the world, the streets, the vinegar, the farewells in the stations, when the smoke lifts its decisive wheels toward where there is nothing but some separations, stones, railroad tracks. There are so many people asking questions everywhere. There is the bloody blind man, and the angry one, and the disheartened one, and the wretch, the thorn tree, the bandit with envy on his back. That's the way life is, Frederico. Here you have the things that my friendship can offer you, the friendship of a melancholy, manly man. By yourself you already know many things, and others you will slowly get to know. So I hope you enjoyed that. My service dog Ada wanted to be part of this. She's wanting to get involved in a lot of my creative endeavors here lately. So that was Ode to Federico Garcia Lorca by Pablo Neruda and translated by Donald Walsh. And I hope you'll come again for another poem in the future, or go back through the channel and look at some others. I'm sure you'll find something you like. Have a good day. Thank you.